So we've got more FUT birthday, Ultimate birthday, whatever you want to call it. There's a lot more cards out. And honestly, having double the amount of cards, it's crazy how many options we've got. And yet I still only pack 5 of them. But anyway, let's get through it. We've got some of the old mini releases. We've got some SBCs from last week. And then obviously all of the new cards that came out yesterday. So straight off the bat, I feel like nobody would have any qualms with our man Pele. Like, Pele is Pele. He's extinct at the moment, which you could imagine. He's going to be extinct for a while, let's be real. Virgil Team of the Year is still extinct. He obviously has got the technical pinged pass. He is, again, a big upgrade across the board for him. One SBC that we've got, Makelele. So if we was to have a look at Makelele, he is coming in as an SBC. You've got him there for quite some time as well. You've got him till the 17th of May. If I am correct, we should have Team of the Season by then. I believe we've got the votings for Team of the Season, or at least the pre-voting I'm pretty sure is in. We should have 2 more weeks of a promo potentially, maybe a 1-week break, a warm-up, then we go into Team of the Season. So any long SBCs, especially icons, should now come and fall under Team of the Season fodder. Meaning if you want him, you can wait a little bit and get him at Team of the Season when fodder is absolutely on the floor. Everybody's going to go gung-ho, and I can imagine with the exchange method, it should be relatively easy to get it done. When it comes to Makelele though, I like the card. I think he's definitely a nice upgrade from the previous version, from his 88. It's at least a nice triple upgrade on the overall. And I do think the playstyle pluses, we've got Bruiser and Quick Step. They may not be the number 1 shout that we want for him, but most definitely it still puts him at a decent level. Now, the first thing I want to do is go in and just go through the low rateds, because we know what they are, we know what they can do, but they're going to be there for a reason. They're to hold an end up of the bargain. To be honest, any left back that is now under like 50k, we don't need. We have had so many top-end left backs, it is absolutely ridiculous. But we look at someone like a Niles, he's got the jockey and intercept, he's got the 5-4 or the 4-5. It's a nice card, it's a cheap card, it may not be the kind of best right back in the world, but he can do a job at the minimum. But I don't think he's willing to go in that A+, into that S. I just don't see it. Maybe with Niles I could probably go for an A for the moment, but there is so many right backs above him. It really is that easy. Kane's on the other hand, we've got first touch ping pass. He is a 5-5. That's the only thing that really has an advantage on any other low rated followers, is we do have some decent 5-5s here. Jordi Alba, 5-star, 3-star, left back, again, unfortunately, he's not gonna compete. Rapsodori with a 5-5, comes in a little bit better. We then have another centre mid at 5-4. Was that Regenders? Don't know how you pronounce his name. Dutch Milan. I don't know if I've even heard of him before, to be honest. But a 5-4. He's got himself the long ball pass and relentless. Couple of other cards that really don't really add up. Danjuma, finally. We actually did his founders at literally the start of the game. So it is now funny seeing him at least a decent rating. Rapid plus and power shot. It's not the worst in the world. But again, we've got so many strikers, it's unbelievable. Let alone the Evolution Ronaldo. If you've tried that one out, have a look on the channel. I've got a full review on him. He is mwah. Swanson, finally getting an upgrade. Swanson, Morgan, Smith, and also Rodman. Yeah, Rodman. All now having decent special cards. A nice quadruple that you can go with there. Jonathan David, finally with a 5-5. Decent pace. Trivela first touch. Not the worst thing in the world you could go for. Then we have Mappy Leon, Jockey, and Anticipate. 5-star weak foot's definitely decent. That's not going to be a bad card. 5-star, 3-star for Grace. Is she 5-3, 3-5 as well? So you're probably going to go for the weak foot more than anything. Anticipate, Relentless.
If your team's looking like this, then I have the place for you. Head over to U7Buy for all your coin needs. They're cheap, fast, and reliable. But make sure to use JT11 at the checkout for 6% off all of your coin orders.
Not a bad card when we're looking at it. So if I'm just going to whack them in, Grace, I would say, is going to go into the A+. If I'm just getting rid of some of these lower ones, we've got, what was you? 16k, what was it? Oh yeah, of course, yeah, definitely in the B+. We've then got, where's Niles? I've seen him somewhere. We've got Maitland Niles. I'd go for an A if I'm being as kind of fair to him as possible. Can't find his other version though. Where on earth is he's up here? Yeah, we'll go for A for him. Centre mid can go down there. Keynes can go down there. Rapsodori can definitely go into the A. I think the 5-5 at least is nice enough. And I'm thinking from a cheap level, same as Danjuma, I'd go A+ for Mappy Leon. We then also have Jordi Alba. Unfortunately, the amount, honestly, if you look at the amount of left backs we've got, somebody did a graphics on Twitter yesterday of a full 11, and the amount that are actually even the top end as well is nuts for them. Is there any other lower rated ones here? We obviously have got some of the mini release to go through as well. By the looks of it, I think Swanson's here somewhere. I'd definitely put her at least in the A. I think it's kind of been a long time coming for her. She is definitely... No, you know what? We're going to go one more. The 5-5 definitely adds it. Rapid Plus, definitely one more. Jonathan David, I think... Where did he go? Definitely can go up there as well. When we look at the rest, we've got a few more now because we have got the Irish, the St. Paddy's Day objective. I think that's still available as well. So if you were to look at that, you've obviously got 3 or 4 cards that you could do. So if you go down to objectives, I'm pretty sure you have like 5 days to get it done still. So there is actually a decent amount that you can get from it. Is it in live? Ultimate Birthday, there it is. So you can get Collins, you can get O'Sullivan, you can get Cullen, and you can also get the striker Ogbeni, however you want to pronounce it. Again, not bad cards. It's actually something that at least EA are kind of going for and making it their own again. I used to love, and we're going back a long time. If you can remember cups in Ultimate Team, it may not work now, but you had the St. Paddy's Day Cup for like 2-3 years, I think it was. Repeatable, offline, basically an offline cup. You could play online. 5k a time. It was easy coins. I must have done 200 to 300 games on the St. Paddy's Day Cup for a whole week. It was brilliant. I like that they're bringing something back like that. At least an objective that requires a little bit extra. I know we saw the same with Kolo Muani. It's nice that they're doing something different. And it may not be a total game changer, don't get me wrong. It's not like most of these are going to go in a team, but at least it's something. It genuinely looks like they're at least trying at the minimum. When we look at Collins, I think he's a solid centre-back as well. He's got the intercept and technical as the playstyle pluses. It's not the greatest, but I mean, you could still go with the intercept. Ping, pass, block, anticipate, aerial on the playstyles. It's not terrible. It's definitely not the worst it could be. Then we've got O'Sullivan with incisive pass, trickster. She's got the 5-star, 3-star. Again, weak foot could have been a little bit better for her. Not necessarily kind of the big one. When it comes to the striker, though, definitely... Why can't I click on that? Definitely a better shout. 89 rated. He's got himself a 5-4. He's got quick step aerial. He is, 5'11". Decent pace. Shooting can be upgraded anyway. Great dribbling across the board. Bit of physicality. A very decent free striker at the minimum. So that's already a number 1 in the one. And then, did I click Collins or Cullen? I already clicked him. Cullen is the final one. He is a CDM, block, relentless, 3-star, 5-star, so he's got the weak foot, which is nice. Block and relentless is not the worst. You could have decent pace-ish, 83 passing, 85 dribbling, good amount of defending and physical. Again, for a free card, not necessarily the worst. If I was going for it, I think if I can find them all, that's all the questions. We've got O'Sullivan, Cullen, where are they? Just look for the Irish flag because they're the only ones. There we go. So I would go, O'Sullivan is going to go in the B+. I'd go Cullen 1 up. No, I'd go... Yeah, Cullen 1 up, Collins 1 up. And I'd possibly even go I would maybe go A+ for the striker, but I'm going to stick with the A just on the fact of what cards we've got as well to come because there is a lot. Yoshida, great SBC, regardless of fodder. Sensational value. Very, very good value. Harriet as well is another one I'm pretty sure was relatively cheap as well. We're looking at, 37,000 for an 88. It's, again, not terrible. It may not be, like I say, it's not going to be a game breaker by any shout, but in terms of a cheap beast, if you're starting the game fresh, he's not going to be the worst option in the world. Grimaldo, again, it's one of them ones for him. I think he was okay. He's got decent stats across the board, but he isn't necessarily my favourite left back in the game, and that's the problem with just how many left backs we've had. Incisive pass and obviously the anticipate, 4-star, 5-star. It's a shame because actually with the stats that he's got, I kind of prefer him more of in a centre mid, so I'm hoping he just keeps going up to then eventually get a shapeshifter like his winter wild card, because that was a brilliant card you could have got. So it is a shame that we can't put him there now. I would say definitely he's looking more towards an A plus in a left back. I'd possibly push an A plus in a centre mid, to be honest with you. Then we've obviously got some of the mini releases. Varane, absolutely unreal. What a card he is. He obviously came out after he could have been put into the evolution to make him up to this level, but he's already still extinct at 1.9. Anticipate and slide tackle. It's quite an easy one for me. I think definitely with Varane, he's an S plus sort of centre back. He's going to be up there, and like I said with the Thunderstruck, at the time, S plus easy. Starts to kind of downgrade as we go through and we get a lot of players in. Now again, he's just been pushed back to the forefront. He's expensive. He's worth every penny. We have a few more kind of cheaper cards. We have Frankowski, not really going to offer too much in my opinion. I think he's pretty much basic fodder. We have Palhinha, another one of the Portuguese cards that you can get from the mini release. He was one card as well, a 5-star, 4-star, 14,000 with a bruiser and press proven. Nothing too crazy across the boards on stats if I'm being real with him. Then we also have Cuadrado, he was an SBC, wasn't he? Pretty sure I've done him actually. I want to say he was one of the ones that was a bit more expensive than what he should have been. Yeah, you had Cuadrado at 500. I mean, I understand the whole point of him, but he's got slide tackle, whipped pass, very nice. 5'5", 97 pace, decent. Dribbling, very, very good. We're never going to argue there. Shooting wise is decent for the shot power and long shot, but really he's not going to be finishing. Passing wise, it's good enough. Physicality losing a little bit. He's got a nice amount of stamina and aggression, which is good, or jumping and aggression, sorry. And then the defending, he's missing out more on the head and accuracy, which again, you can kind of go with being a fullback. Interceptions isn't that high in defensive awareness. He's got incredible amounts of standing and slide. I just don't know if I'd pay 500k for him. Obviously, that's coming for the fact that he's 5'5", a decent upgrade across the board from an 87, but I just don't see it being worth that much. A good card, but definitely not worth that much. I think for me, if I was looking at him, I'd probably go into the A+, maybe even push him one more, but I just think in terms of the price as well, it isn't necessarily what I would say. Then we have Openda, another great SBC that I don't understand why we got two of them. I get that we got the 5'4" or the 4'5", that's fair enough, but surely make it a player pick at the end rather than having literally two SBCs that are very kind of close in price, because obviously they kind of deem the 5-star skiller to be better. I don't understand why we've got that. I mean, just have a pick at the end, it makes sense. Whereas with this card though, oh hail, with this card I do think that he is of a decent striker, but I wouldn't say S category. I think he's a good striker, but for 300, you're getting a nice striker. Somebody who can kind of fill that place. He isn't going to be where I'm going to keep him forever. We then also have Sorloth. Decent striker, very cheap, 26,000. We loved him prior to this. He is lengthy, which adds a lot of pace element. Pulisic, I would say standard left mid kind of best. He's obviously got the 5'4" or the 4'5", but nothing too crazy. Savinay is going to go into more of a B+. You could argue the A. I think he's kind of one of them cards that's just there, if I'm being honest. He's got the 5'5", but that's really all that you could say about him. We also then have Rude, another card that really power shot, long ball pass, decent stats across the board, but nothing really worth mentioning massively. And I think we're kind of there now to pretty much the top end of this week. We've got Tchouaméni that's coming in, I'm pretty sure about 1.6 from yesterday. He is 1.74 now. A stunning card. Very, very big upgrade. There's not a lot to not like on that one. He's kind of like Coman. He's almost that SBC that if you do him, you're not going to regret it, but you could hold off on him. It's not like an absolute Pele R9 SBC. It's one of them ones, he's going to improve your team, but you could wait for the next one. It's one of them ones where you could spend that amount. Then obviously when it comes to the rest of the team, we've got a lot of good players. We'll go on with the icons because we've got quite a lot of them to go with. We look at the Ian Wright, 700. I must admit the prices look insane this week. Perez, unfortunately, I don't think they can ever get him right, to be honest. He's got the power shot, the trickster, the 5-star or 5-star, 4-star or 4-star, 5-star. It's pretty much just a single upgrade from him, really. There's nothing crazy. Zanetti's looking a bit different and a little bit of a nice upgrade there. Obviously, the 5-star weak foot's going to be great for that centre mid role. I don't think he plays right back, in my opinion. I would put him straight in that centre back role. We have got Nesta with a bruiser and slide tackle, 5-star weak foot, which is perfect. Again, decent upgrade for him, but not necessarily crazy. We have got a Beeley. Finally, we've got an upgrade, a 5-4 or 4-5 for her, with obviously the technical and also anticipate. Very, very nice indeed. Stats across the board, again, are brilliant. She was always like sour anyway. You saw that base card and thought, okay, if she gets upgraded well, you're looking at a very good card, and most definitely, they really gave out for her. Pirlo, he's got the incisive pass and technical, lovely little 5-5, pace upgrade, which is nice, maxed out the passing, finishing, dribbling. Actually, a very good card, now coming in at 7.5 mil. Ian Wright reminds me of Van Nistelrooy, but just a little bit more expensive. He has got the Rapid Plus, which is going to add a little bit of bonus price there, but such a good card when it comes to actually being a striker compared to what his base version was like. Stoichkov looks magical with a 5-5. The stats are just beaming. 95, 94, 91, 94. Phenomenal. We've already done Pele, and obviously Raul with a technical and finesse shot with a 5-5 as well. They went in. I must admit, when it comes to player for player, what they've done, and also in fact one that I don't think was mentioned last time because he was mini release. Look at that card. Butra with a 5-5. Mwah! Quick step and technical, you gotta love it. So I think in terms of what we're looking at here, so if I was to go easy, because I know where I'm kind of going with a lot of these, I'm going to give him benefit for the moment. I think he is kind of more your B+. Zanetti would definitely go into more the A. Even as a centre mid, I think he's definitely around that sort of range. Nesta, I'd go the same. Pirlo now looks a stunning centre mid. Like, I'm going to go S. Let me know if I'm wrong there, because I'd be very interested. I think Raul goes the same. I think Stoichkov goes up. I think Wright goes into the S as well. Abili definitely goes up into that. We then also have Butra, I think goes into the top category. Bastian Schweinsteiger. Love the name. Honestly, I don't think you're going to get a more pleasurable name to say. Bastian Schweinsteiger is sensational. We love him. We absolutely love him. He's obviously got himself the long ball pass, the pinged pass, decent pace upgrade of a +6. Everything else going up as standard. 500 or 500 with a 5-4. A decent upgrade for him. Finally, something that I can get on board with. We'll go with the A for him. So when we look at the kind of players here, I don't think there's been a better set. I know there's a lot more because of the duplicates. I don't think I've seen a better set of FUT birthdays so far. Like, this is incredible, especially when you've not even considered all of the evolutions that we can do as well, from the CR7, the base Zambrotta, the Jota 90. There's just so many good cards this time round. I'm just very happy to see it. It's final that we've really got a decent promo. Like, arguably Thunderstruck was insane. And what was the other one? Fantasy was pretty good, I must admit. I did like Fantasy, but this for me has been one of the best promos. I think it's, even though the packs of them have been very difficult to get, it's been an enjoyable one at least. Then we obviously have the main team, again coming in quite expensive. We don't really need to go over too many because they're pretty easy to see where they should go. I feel like a lot of them are in that topper end of easiness. Royce is coming in, incisive first touch. Obviously you can see De Jong with a 1.9. You got Mane with a decent upgrade as well. Salah absolutely loving life. A lovely Goretzka. And then Militao looks like he means business. Aerial Anticipate is two of the best playstyle pluses on a defender. The only problem with him, a 5-star freestyle. We got that 5-star weak foot. He is arguably up there with the top of the top, but easily he's going in the top anyway. Like, it's Militao. Like, it's a great card upgrade. I think when it comes to it, Salah's obviously going up to the top. You could even argue De Jong, I would say, goes up to the top. And I'd say pretty much the rest of them all goes into that S category. I don't think there's really too many arguments there. I could possibly drop Royce into that A+, but I think with the fact that he still has the 5-4, very nice combination. Foden looks incredible as well. Obviously getting the 5... 4-5. I was going to say, I knew he had a 4-star somewhere. But again, a big upgrade for him. And that is going to be all my list for Ultimate Birthday. Hopefully you did enjoy. We've got more SBCs coming out this week. Let me know down below what you think about them. And I'll catch you all for the next one. Peace.